Hey family, welcome back once again. Black love, black pride, black power. Remember, you have to know yourself, to love your people. Oh, and don't get mad, get right. All right, so we're gonna dive right on in. If you have not seen my Black Panther review, as far as white representation, go ahead and watch that. Go watch my Black Panther review on Killmonger's character. Go watch my review on Black Panther's character as well. This next thing I really wanted to talk about is the diaspora versus the continent. Whew. One thing I will say is this movie forced continental Africans to have to take some accountability. It does. It forces them to take a look in the mirror and say, before we look at our non-continental brothers and sisters one way, before we turn our noses up at how they are and look down on their struggle and their history and whatnot, let's take a look at us and what we had to do with that as well. Every time I feel myself getting frustrated or angry inside or sad or depressed about the fact that they never came for us. Oh my goodness, I'm hoping I don't cry during this video. I cried a lot during the movie. Our continental brothers and sisters never came for us. And I try to remind myself, like, yo, you know, they were being under attack with colonization and stuff too, but it's like at some point, like, all of you, the whole continent, coastal African, right? My Western coastal Africans, all the way up and down the western coast of Africa. Like, where were you? What was y'all doing? Like, y'all never came for us, ever. So, like, some of y'all even got y'all little independence or whatever, and never not once said, what about niggas? And the only couple of countries I know who was really on that shit was Zimbabwe before they put in that new puppet government, and Ghana. Ghana is the only country I know of as of immediately that is openly out there like, niggas come home. And even still, y'all never came for us. Where was the cavalry? We've been circumnavigating the globe for centuries, and nobody decided to come after these niggas by come get us by sea. Nobody decided to engage in any kind of warfare. Nobody sent for no. Come on, like, this movie was very strategic in the way that it portrayed everything. And how I feel right now after watching it is exactly how they wanted niggas to feel. They want us to look at our continental brothers and sisters sideways. They want us to look at them with the side eye. They want us to be mad at them, you know, because we're seeing all these great things about Africa all of a sudden. But it's like, aren't we supposed to be African? You know, we're finally putting pieces together. And it's like, wait, hold up. Wagwan. Wagwan, hold up, you know? And it's like, that shit was geniusly designed. This movie was geniusly designed by white supremacists to manipulate our vantage points and our emotions a certain way to really drive in this divisive wedge. Black Panther is an extremely divisive movie when it comes to the continent of Africa versus the diaspora of Africa. We're all watching this goddamn movie from the beginning, and we're all finding out, you know, as Wakanda was thriving and doing well and everybody's just living fabulously and peacefully and shit, we see niggas getting carried off in chains into slavery, and Wakanda sat and watched. Didn't do a goddamn thing. Knew it was happening, didn't do a thing. Now, this is not to say that this is literally exactly what happened in history. You know, I know that there are a lot of Pan-Africanist movements that had happened in West Africa, Central Africa, and South Africa. I know that there is a huge Pan-African population in Africa, but they're not gonna sit there. They're gonna spoon feed us those characters. But our major hero, the major council and government, the major hoopla of what people got going on in this movie, they're not fucking with it. You know, you got Lupita, who was born in Mexico. She is a diasporic African. And she's like, T'Challa, you want me to stay here in Wakanda, but people need us out there. I can't stay here. Our people are suffering out there. She was able to see, and I think that was clever as well to counteract some of the bullshit. There was little things done in the movie to, try to make it not complete and utter bullshit. And that was having all of these diasporic Africans play as Africans, and you notice the roles that they played and the ideologies of those roles. So even though Chadwick Boseman is not a continental African, he is Black Panther, but the rest of the diasporic African cast and the parts they played and the roles they played is incredibly crucial if you're looking at it on a deeper level than just what the surface was presented to you, which is how you should be thinking critically. So you have Lupita, who is actually a diasporic African. She plays the role of Nakia. Nakia is like, you first thing off the rip, we see this girl like, bitch, you ain't taking no slaves today. You ain't taking no slaves today. Off the rip, Lupita is on some heroin type teas, and I'm here for it. She is graceful. Oh, first off, let's talk about the fact that the first time we see her face in this movie, she's got on her little Muslim cover up or whatever, and all you see is just front face, and Tyra Banks would be able to describe it better than I could. When you see a mugshot like that hunty, I was like, wow, this girl is gorgeous. Is her face perfectly symmetrical? Someone tell me, okay? Because it was just me and my homeboy that I went to go see the movie with just breath when we saw that first shot of her. And she's fierce warrior woman. She's over there off the rip freeing niggas and shit on their way to Arabs, the Arab slave trade. We've got Lupita coming in 2018 type teas, making shit crack, And then we have Daniel Kaluuya's character. I've known Daniel Kaluuya from Black Mirror, and then of course everybody knows him from Get Out. But he is a diasporic African. He is born in the UK. I think both of his parents are Black people who have been in the UK forever versus a recent African immigrant. But he's another diasporic African. And his character is like, yo, we could be doing more out there. The world is changing out there. The world could use our help out there. You don't want to focus on the world? At least get Klaus. Didn't get Klaus. And that's why I wasn't surprised when Daniel Kaluuya's character, when Killmonger came in and said, this is what the plan is. We're going to arm our oppressed people around the world and then rule the world the right way. Kaluuya was like, okay, I could fuck with that. Because that's what I've been saying the whole goddamn election. And you rightfully got your shit, woo-doo, blah blue. You really wasn't, your attitude is trash, but you wasn't on no shady shit. So I can fuck with that. Then you have Killmonger's character, another diasporic African. Like, yo, our people are struggling out there. And he's not talking about the world. He's talking about diasporic African people. The shit I grew up with, the stuff I seen and experienced, the stuff that the world is going through, your people are going through. This shit is real. And of course, they painted the idea of helping the oppressed African people diasporically to arm themselves and to deserve and be in need of help from our continental brothers and sisters. Of course, they made Daniel Kaluuya's character look like a traitor, and they made Killmonger look like a savage who is unworthy of the throne, who isn't welcome home, even though that's who the fuck he is. Oh, they completely, when I talk about the diasporic and continental representation in this movie, when I say they made that shit so trash, if you cannot see that, then you are walking around like this. You have to be. Because to even the way they made Killmonger's representation, even how unwelcome he was when he came home, a place that was robbed from him by his cousin's dad, or his cousin's his cousin's dad, by the way. The nigga got the same lip tattoo you do, and that's not fake. You know, completely that whole tension that they put between, especially when you have someone like T'Challa in Killmonger's face talking about, yeah, you may be my cousin, but y'all not my people, and them people out there ain't my people and stuff. This movie was adamant about driving a wedge between continental and diasporic Africans. It's a huge division film, huge. What else? There's a couple more. I'm trying to wrap it up. There's a couple more points I wanted to make about the whole diasporic versus continental thing. And I forgot it, so I think I'm going to call it a wrap. To wrap it up, this movie forces continental Africans to be looked at critically by diasporic Africans, and this has the potential to be something positive, to start holding people accountable, holding our people accountable, but it could also be twisted negative, because how they painted everything is just a wide ass brush of division, divide, and conquer. Niggas is finally starting to come together. Niggas is finally starting to have some black pride, Afro pride and shit. Women are going natural. People wearing dashikis, no matter what part of the diaspora you're from. And they say, let's make a movie that's going to make these niggas really feel like niggas, and that's going to make these continentals really feel like they can't fuck with us. And that's exactly what they did. Damn shame. Damn shame. Cried a few times. I definitely, as a diasporic African, I think about that shit all the time. Like, the fuck, bro? You know, and fortunately, I know personally, and I'm really close with personally some continental Africans that are like, yo, I can't speak for the ancestors. I do apologize on their behalf, but I fuck with you now, and what can we do now as a people? Some of my tightest day one, like rock to the wheels fall off with the shit about black power type tease people are continentals. In fact, my closest is my big sister. She's Kenyan. She's in Kenya right now. I miss you, boo. I know y'all got YouTube in Kenya, so I'll send you the links on WhatsApp. But yeah, so, and we know Ghana has their whole, granting citizenship thing going on. Mugabe from Zimbabwe, he was hooking us up until they locked him up and threw that imposter in there, and now they're giving white people shit. The list just goes on. So I do want to say, don't fall 100% into propaganda, because it's designed to make us upset. It's designed to make us angry. It's designed to make us frustrated. It's designed to make us not want to fuck with these people. But the reality is, we have more continental Africans who have acknowledged and apologized on behalf of our ancestors, and who want us to come home and welcome us with open arms, and who fuck with us heavy when they get here, than the ones who don't. We have plenty of continental brothers and sisters who were born and raised in the U.S., but their parents are immigrants and whatnot, who act, behave, and see us a whole different way and shit. So, don't completely, just like I tell continental Africans, don't judge the mainstream idea of us. Don't judge all of us by that. It's the same thing vice versa, because you'll meet a lot more real niggas than not. You just gotta look for them. Anyways, I'm gonna just wrap that up for now. Black love, black pride, black power. Remember, you have to know yourself, to love your people. As I said in my Black Panther review on T'Challa's character, this is a movie I think is best saw on bootleg. The actors and all that, they've already been paid. So if not another movie ticket was bought, they would still have their money. The only people making money at this point is white people, the people who are going to be doing product merchandising, the owners of Marvel and the major parts of the team. Niggas are not making no more money off this movie. They've been paid already. So this whole idea that if we don't go and continue to pay to see this movie, then niggas is gonna lose their coin. That's not true. They've already been paid. So don't get mad, do better. Peace.